Good evening. Welcome to the new party. I'm Nora Christine.
I'm about to give a really unpopular opinion, and I'm sure it's going to be especially unpopular amongst women.
I'm Gray Mars. Break a record by being with 100 men in one day. And right after she was done, she recorded a documentary.
I'm a vegan weed. Call yourself fresh and wear the same weak ass turtleneck on every show. Goddamn. Then we got goddamn the Sudanese Sambo. Bruh, man.
And I'm Enzo. Bringing up in my lives is they're like, oh well, he's violating the Constitution by having a meme coin and him making money off it in office and everything like that. I was like, if that was the case, like there would be lawsuits up the ass and impeachment inquiry.
I'm skeptic. Like I always say, don't let anybody trample on your constitutional rights.
I'm Mia. That's not a correct power dynamic in my mind. Typically, the people that are trying to be removed are not in control. That's why they're easily being removed.
The government, states, they start putting these RICO acts on Diddy, all of these guys, and try to put it on these ongoing criminal organizations. I ain't never seen the government put a RICO act on the KKK.
Switch happened. Come on, man. You got to acknowledge this. This is the problem that I have with elders like you, because you fail to acknowledge that this stuff has happened.
If we sit there and be old school, we gonna miss the boat. You know, a lot of this kids 19 years old buying houses with Bitcoin, buying Maserati.
Wow.
I think when it comes to the woman, if a man takes charge and he shows that he's logical,
same people. That's the number two. That's all theater. This is WWF.
Welcome.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, you go.
Welcome to the new party. I'm Nora Christine.
I'm Gray Mars.
And we are back with lunch with the new parties. We took a little break. Life got a little busy, but you can check us out Monday through Friday right here at 12 p.m. Come take your lunch break and hang out with the new party. I am the host of the new party, and Gray Mars is the host of the Man Cave. We do this every night as well, Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So shout out to everyone that's been rocking with us. Today, we are going to present a controversy that's been online. JD Vance versus Gavin Newsom is looking like what we're anticipating it to be for 2028. And MAGA, racist, your racism is showing. I want to talk about today the fact that there are people literally saying that they would rather vote for the Democrats, no offense, Gray, than vote for JD Vance because he has an interracial family. I'm going to show some of the clips and the pics today. Gray, what's your thoughts on people saying this?
I mean, Republicans really surprised. I mean, Black Republicans may be surprised, but I know I'm not going to say I know for a fact, but I mean, Kamala had a white husband, but she was, Black, and I'm pretty sure some people were like, no, definitely not going to deal with that. So now you got JD Vance with an actual Indian wife. I definitely don't see the far right being cool with him being the man in the White House and his children being there either.
You want me to play my clip first, or you want to do yours first?
Yeah, you go ahead.
So my first clip is from In Our Mind, a friend of the show, the little racist Nick Fuentes. Let's see what he has to say about Gavin Newsom versus JD Vance and why he would support Newsom over it.
Over the weekend, there was a meme that went super viral, and it is not even really a meme so much as it is two photographs of the governor of California, Gavin Newsom, and the vice president, J.D. Vance. And it's a comparison. And the comparison is this. J.D. Vance is fat and ugly, and Gavin Newsom is tall and handsome. But it gets better. J.D. Vance is fat and ugly and has an Indian wife who is the daughter of immigrants, and his kids are all brown. And Gavin Newsom has a beautiful white wife and beautiful white children. And this innocent little comparison. Whoa! Why is everybody getting so crazy? Everybody just calm down. Let's not blow this out of proportion. Isn't it just interesting? Isn't it funny that the presumptive nominee from the nativist, white nationalist, anti-immigrant, mass deportations party of aesthetics and fascist bodybuilders is a fat, ugly piece of with the Brown family? Isn't that just funny? I mean, we don't need to be serious. We can just relax, can't we? And we can all just acknowledge that it is a little bit funny and it is a little bit ironic. And it's also ironic that Gavin Newsom, the Democrat, perhaps the likely nominee from the party of the woke, BLM, pro-Hamas, race communists, he's got a family out of like a postcard. It's a postcard from 1930s Germany. Isn't that just a little ironic? Isn't that a little unexpected? Over the weekend.
That was hilarious. I'm sorry. That was hilarious. But he did make a valid point that perception is reality. So yeah, for the guy to have like, you know what they would say, the traditional family here in America, and for him to be in the party where, you know, is basically caring about minority rights, and him to have the white family, and for Vance to be a part of the right wing and really literally be married to an immigrant is kind of like, you know, strange if we look at it in a reality way.
I mean, guys, and I got the receipts to show you the hateful things that they've been saying. I'd like to share my screen and show you Exhibit A, B, C, and D, because I'm not making this up, the hateful things they're saying. Is it clear, Gray? Can you see the words?
No, it's very small.
All right. How about now?
Just read it.
I'm not voting for Vance for obvious reasons, including the fact that he's an implant and a puppet. But I'm also not voting for Gavin just because his family is all white. Have we forgotten the state of California is in? Do we really want all the crazy ish from the left to return? Now, that's a nice comment. This one says, meanwhile, Vance's family are disgusting brown street blank foreigners. I'm voting for the Aryan with the white family. We're not voting for Vance and his brown family. Cute kids, but how are maggots going to react to this being the first family when Trump goes? JD Vance should be as anti-ICE policies as Dems. What a fool. He's backing an America that his kids won't be able to live in. What do you think about that?
I mean, is it like ironic that the what's it called? The visas? What are the visas that Elon Musk was trying to get to pass?
The K1. Wait.
Something like that. B1,
Yeah.
K1, something like that.
B1, H1B1, my bad.
H1B1. Yeah. So is it really a shocker that, you know, Vance is there? He works for Peter Thiel. They're all in the tech industry. Vance was their guy. A part of Peter Thiel giving the Trump's campaign was that JD Vance had to be the VP. I mean, and then they want Indian people to come here and do these technological software type of jobs. So I'm not really surprised. I mean, this just kind of shows, I think, more that the right's in the tech people's pockets.
Oof. Gray, you summed it up best. Like, they are definitely in their pockets. JD Vance also spoke out. He said that throughout his campaign, he repeatedly referred to his children as belonging to his wife and implies it's her responsibility to care for them. So this is what JD Vance has to say about his wife. Very interesting the way he talks about her. It almost feels like their relationship is a little staged, maybe. I don't know. Let me play this clip. That would be my number one reason for not voting for him. Is it real? Is it genuine? But let's play the clip.
I feel terrible for my wife because we go to church almost every Sunday unless we're on the road. And
does she go with you? I mean,
she does. Yeah, she does.
Has she converted?
No, she hasn't. No, it's that's why I feel bad about it. Is, you know, she's got 3 kids. Obviously, I help with the kids, but because I'm kind of the one going to church, she feels like more responsibility to keep the kids quiet in the church. And I felt kind of bad, like, oh, you didn't sign up to marry a weekly churchgoer, and are you okay with this? And she was sort of more than okay with it. I feel terrible.
Do you really believe that she's genuinely going to church, or is this a stage?
I think she generally goes to church. They're politicians. They have to put on a show. But the fact that he said that she's not converted speaks a lot, because is he doing Hindu practices? Is he doing those types of things? And the right is very much like, we're a Christian organization. They always talk about God. They always talk about the Bible. So I seen when Vivek Ramaswamy was on the campaigning to be the president, one of the people's biggest concern was his religion.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And do we believe that Gavin Newsom is a wholesome family man, though? I mean, because this is the type of stuff that there was these pictures that are going around on him and his children, and the comparison. I mean, it really is sick that people are willing to not vote for someone because of their family, but then they would vote for someone over their family looking a certain way.
Yeah, I mean, it's because she's white. It doesn't matter if he's cheating or if he's had, because they said he had an affair with one of his aides' wives or ex-wife or something. So they don't care about that. They care about the color. You're absolutely correct.
There was another picture. Oh, here he is. This is Gavin. I guess he used to date this actress.
Oh, okay.
This is your future nominee, Gray. I mean, what do you think about Gavin Newsom, Gray? Are you going to vote for him?
Of course. I've been saying Gavin Newsom from the very beginning, since before. And to me, Gavin Newsom was way more respectful than Ron DeSantis. He waited his turn. He waited for his ability to be the next presidential nominee, instead of going against the big man in charge like DeSantis did to Trump, trying to go against Trump when Trump was dealing with crimes. All the baggage that Gavin has, I feel like won't matter within a few years. But before we switch up, since we're talking about race, I want to talk about a number one trending thing on X right now, the Cracker Barrel rebrand. And has Cracker Barrel decided to no longer support?
I have those clips if you need them. I was going to talk about it tonight, but since we're doing it now.
Here it is. My bad.
No, it's okay. I have more.
Barrel about to go bankrupt. They just announced a massive rebrand and people are freaking out. So let me break it down for you as a professional brand designer. First off, the obvious. The illustration of the man and the barrel are gone, but the new shape around the word mark is supposed to still be the barrel, just more abstract. The text is cleaner, softer, and easier to read. But here's the thing. This isn't just a logo swap. They are trying to change the entire vibe of Cracker Barrel. And the proof is in the interior. No more dark walls stacked with random antiques that feel like your grandma's attic. Instead, it's brighter and more open and has a modern farmhouse look. And honestly, I like it. It even kind of reminds me of First Watch if you've ever been there. The ad campaign looks pretty good too. The colors are dialed in and the typography is sharp. But if I'm being picky, I do wish that they introduced more of a motif. Something to make it unique. So why are they doing all of this? Well, almost half of their customers are seniors. And long term, that's not sustainable. They've got to win over younger diners if they want to stick around. But here's the catch. Existing customers are going to hate this at first because it's a change from their nostalgic comfort. But trust me, if you just give this a couple of years, this will feel normal. This is a big win in my book, but what do you think? Like and follow for more?
I love it. I always felt uncomfortable going to Cracker Barrel, just seeing the Cracker Barrel words on the building. So for me, I mean, it always felt like, okay, are they literally calling their demographic by a racial epithet? So for me, yeah, I love what Cracker Barrel's doing.
When you go woke, you go broke. Cracker Barrel, don't fall into the weak woke culture. I have another clip I'd like to play about it. And it really just shows you the difference. I don't like it. I just don't like it. Let me show you the changes.
Carol has been serving up a slice of rustic country to suburbia. Home-style cooking brings family together. Between the rocking chairs, the old-timey gift shop, and those biscuits and gravy, Southern comfort has always been on the menu. Here at Cracker Barrel Old Country Store, we keep our routine so you can get out of yours.
But a new change to that nostalgic routine is stirring the pot.
Or look around. Wow, look how bright it is.
A select number of stores undergoing a redesign for a more modern feel.
We got all new lighting, new seating, new tables and chairs.
This video is from a Tennessee location posted last August, just now going viral. While some are embracing the change,
the paint color is just so much lighter, and I think it's so much better.
Others argue the remodel chips away at that Southern charm.
But the inside remodel, Cracker Barrel for real, you're losing your feel.
While Cracker Barrel has said only about 30 of its 600-plus restaurants will get a full remodel, in a statement the chain says feedback from both guests and team members has been overwhelmingly positive, adding the strong performance of these locations affirms that we are moving in the right direction. In an interview last summer, Cracker Barrel's CEO telling CNBC the transformation is part of a multi-year brand refresh.
Our goal is to take what people love about Cracker Barrel and open the aperture a little bit so that more people love Cracker Barrel. So we want to appeal to all generations.
Cooking up a new look is all the rage. Denny's, Popeyes, Burger King, all getting modern makeovers. With sleek exteriors, brighter dining rooms, and high-tech features like these self-service kiosks in Burger King's newly remodeled Sizzle stores.
You don't want to eat somewhere where the carpet is from the 1980s. The look and feel of a restaurant, because the customers are spending money going there, is vital.
Across the country, restaurant chains have been struggling, with Hooters, TGI Fridays, and Red Lobster all filing for bankruptcy in the past year. A recent survey also found nearly 70% of consumers say they're eating at home more often.
Oh, Lord. When you go woke, you go broke, Cracker Barrel. I want the cracker in the name. I want the man with I want the rocking chairs. That's why I go to Cracker Barrel. What are we going to name Taco Bell? We're going to change the name of Taco Bell next?
Well, see, this is what you conservatives ask for. If you look at country music right now, the top country artists don't look like your typical, John Wayne type of guys. They look, you got Shabuzi with dreads, you got Jelly Roll with all the tattoos. The country's changing. And so even though you have put someone in the White House that you feel like may push certain views, it's actually hurt your traditional stuff, because y'all have invited conspiracy theorists into the party, blacks, Hispanics, all of these people. So in a way, they're diluting the racism. This was bound to happen.
Well, speaking of going woke and going broke, the CEO of Target resigned this week. Did you hear about that?
Yes, and they're giving what's the pastor in Atlanta? They're giving him that he did it. The one you like, Bryant.
Jamal Bryant.
Jamal Bryant. They're giving him the credit for being able to.
I don't like him. He's a piece of work. But yes, Jamal Bryant.
Yeah, so they said he's part of the reason that it fell apart. But as you can see, yeah, you go against blacks, your business. You say you go woke, go broke. No, you go against woke, you go broke.
No, they should have never gave into the woke culture and made DEI part of their business model. And then you get what I'm saying? Then they went against their business model. Had they stayed out of it and focused on the nice white tea people that have been shopping there for years. Because when I was a kid, you couldn't afford Target.
That wasn't me. Now, Target was right down the street from me. It was convenient. People went to Target.
When I grew up, we didn't go to Target. Target was expensive. We went to Walmart, and that's all I'm going to say. Like now he had to step down. He should have never gave into the woke culture. He should have stayed out of it. They should have stayed neutral. They should have never had corners of the store dedicated to LGBTQ, all these letter things. And they should have just stayed neutral. They should have supported family values and stayed out of it. They would have never had this problem.
If your business pushes any right-wing ideology, you're gonna be in an issue. You're gonna have issues, because how many people you think? There's been way more people canceled by the left than canceled by the right, because you look at the right as more hostile. Like you might have a few people that say,
"Why did Snow White flop then?"
Snow White?
Yeah.
I mean, nobody wants to see that anymore. Stop all those live animations. We're sick of seeing that. You see that as a whole, they don't even want to do live animations anymore. And
because they keep changing the characters. They should have got them a lily white girl, like the story says, instead of picking this woke warrior to be the representation.
See, this is where y'all wrong. If it was a different story, if they would have took the same thing, but they said, okay, we're going to take a whole nother story about a girl in Mexico that's an immigrant, and then she gets her life, she becomes a princess, that people will watch that. Nobody wants to go pay and watch the same story over and over.
But then that's the problem, though, Gray. They didn't redo the story. They just took elements and you get what I'm saying? They should have redone this, like you said, and made it more modern if they're going to change it up. And on top of it, people really they didn't like the things that she was saying. She was saying a lot of woke things.
I mean, they can take credit for that, but if you say Snow White, I can then say Superman. Superman grows $1 billion. I'm not going to go crazy, but it outseeded this budget of what they were expecting to make, and Superman was considered woke. So that happens. What I'm saying for me, I've seen more victims pushing right-wing ideology in the corporate world than I've seen left-wing ideology. I mean, that's what I've seen.
Well, I got a clip on the Target. You want me to play it?
Yeah, play it.
Because that's what's trending too. All right. All right, guys, this is the breakdown about Target. I'm trying to prove a point to Gray. He don't want to hear it. When you go woke, you go broke.
It hasn't even been 6 months since Black faith leaders called for a boycott of Target. It began in my home state in Minnesota, right in front of Target headquarters on January 27th. By February 1st, it was in full swing. Why? To protest the rollback of their DEI initiatives. And tonight, a major change is happening at the company. Target CEO is stepping down, not leaving the company, but stepping down from his role. This is happening as sales at the giant retailer continue their deep slump. Now, experts, they point to a number of reasons that might explain the drop. They point to things like inflation, they point to tariffs, they point to tougher competition, but one can't ignore the economic boycott. As a matter of fact, you know who didn't ignore the impact? The Target CEO himself, because he acknowledged that the backlash hurt sales last quarter. And in the month following their scale back of DEI, foot traffic at Target stores declined by as much as 9% from the year before. And in just the last 6 months, their stock price has fallen by 20%. That starts from when the boycott really took hold. Well, tonight, the pastor who helped to spearhead the movement to boycott Target, well, is taking a lot of credit.
This was the most significant boycott of Black people since the Montgomery bus boycott 70 years ago. So I would say it would be a Herculean part of what happened in the downfall. We gave them a blank canvas to reimagine DEI, none of which have they produced. And so, yes, we're staying away from Target until they step up to the plate.
Joining me now is Nakima Levy-Armstrong, a civil rights attorney and former president of the Minneapolis chapter of the NAACP, who also helped push for that boycott that again began in Minnesota. Nakima, did Target underestimate the power of this boycott?
Target most definitely underestimated the power of this boycott, as well as the intense betrayal that we all felt as customers of Target. Target had positioned itself as essentially the poster child for diversity, equity, and inclusion in terms of them embracing Black brands and also pledging $2.1 billion in the aftermath of George Floyd being killed. And as you know, Target is headquartered here in Minneapolis. They were fully aware of the trauma and the pain that occurred in the aftermath of George Floyd being killed. So we expected them to hold the line. And instead, they unfortunately capitulated to the Trump administration within days of Donald Trump taking office. And so we made sure that we took a stand here in Minneapolis by launching the Target boycott. And as you know, it spurred.
See how ungrateful these people are? This is just an example of why you shouldn't go woke at all.
How?
Target gave all that money to them. Target didn't care when people looted. And remember how they looted their store? And they were like, it's okay. Remember this when they put that statement out after George Floyd was unalived? They put that statement out. They said they understood. They supported them. And after all that, they still went and boycotted them. Ungrateful.
Listen, you do something against Blacks in this country, your pockets are gonna get hurt. I don't think y'all understand how many white people also are a part of this. It's not just black people doing this because, like,
did I say it was a black-white? I'm not saying it from a black-white perspective. In fact, the white liberals are the ones driving this. I don't believe this is a black, the regular black folks, they mind their business. They not, you know what I'm saying? It's the activist types. That's who I'm referring to. What my comments are not towards regular black folks. Let me be clear, because I know Dems like to try to make it all about it's against black people. No, it's about ungrateful, woke ass bitch asses.
It's not being ungrateful. You go after anybody based on, I mean, it's literally a law. You go against somebody based on race, sexual orientation, religion, you are going to be hurt financially.
What did they do to go against them? They gave money. Target gave millions and millions of dollars to them.
They were the first company to say we're getting rid of DEI. They were the first ones.
As they should. That's the direction that the country's going in.
So that's the people that should say, okay, we don't agree with this. We're not going to shop there. Go bankrupt. The same way they have the right to say, hey, we are not going to do DEI. People have the right to say we're not going to shop there. So what you're going to say there, they have to shop there at a place that doesn't believe in the same thing that they believe in.
Guys, I want you guys to know the amount of money that Target has given. $20 million in 2020. They pledged $10 million to support social justice. In 2020, another $5 million in hometown grounds in the Minneapolis area. The same area that led this charge, ungrateful asses. $1 million to National Racial Equity Initiative in 2020 to the Congressional Black Useless Caucus. $100 million investment in Black communities in 2021. $2 billion to Black-owned businesses from 2021 to 2025. What more did you want Target to do? What more?
So essentially, you're saying that I can pay you $1,000 and say, slap you in the face and say, hey, I gave you $1,000. It doesn't matter. We paid you. I paid you. It is what it is. That's not how life works. That's not how people operate. It's
and
what
let's
have
be
you done
clear,
for me lately?
DEI doesn't help Black people. It doesn't. It's been factually proven it doesn't help Black people.
It doesn't matter. If your mentality is, I'm going to be anti whatever towards anyone, people are going to answer with their wallets. That's going to happen. If you go to a restaurant and if the service is horrible, you expect a refund, you expect another plate. The expectations of customer service in the corporate world of America is very high. So you really think that political beliefs are going to be not held accountable? I get mad when McDonald's send me off to the side and my food doesn't come straight through the window. When they say, hey, go park over there, I'm immediately upset. So you think if McDonald's said, hey, you know what? We basically go hold up neo-Nazi rallies in the parking lot. You think I'm going to go eat there? No. I'm going to say, okay, I'll go spend my money at Burger King.
This is ridiculous. They have given billions and billions of dollars to DEI initiatives. What more did you want? The entire nation has gone away from DEI. They're not the only ones. Also, I want y'all to know that removing DEI is a cost savings because these programs cost billions of dollars. It's also reduces political and cultural backlash. It also it's also shifting to neutral merit-based frameworks, which is the direction that the Trump administration in this country is going in. So honestly, I'm not mad at Target. In fact, Target, I will continue to shop there. In fact, I'm going to shop there more because I didn't like shopping there before.
Yeah, go spend your money. It's going to fall into a hole where you're paying for overpriced goods. That's what is happening to conservatives all over. And to speak on that, the job market looks like people are going to be losing their jobs pretty soon. So what I would say is that if you are a business in any capacity, stay out of politics, especially right-wing politics, because it's going to hurt your bottom line. You can sit here and scream all day, oh, they helped them. Well, if I was a shareholder and my money was going down because these people decided to do this, I would be extremely upset.
Well, speaking of jobs and unemployment, the highest unemployment in cities are in Democrat-led places. Washington, D.C. at 6%, Detroit, Michigan at 6.3%, Las Vegas, Nevada at 5.9%, Los Angeles at 5%, Chicago at 5%. Again, these are all Democrat-led cities. So, like, what are we saying here? Like, if we're going to talk about that.
So, since you want to talk about the cities, do you want to talk about the states?
Don't move the finish line.
Could it be?
Don't move the finish line.
You're picking cities like that. That is what I'm talking about with Republicans. Oh, this is going on in cities. Rural America is the brokest place in the country. Left-wing states subsidize red states. Red states aren't bringing in any revenue. So, I mean, you could talk about those cities, but those cities are actually bringing in revenue to the federal government so that we can all get roads made, everything that we get from the government. But I know, like, I seen your video. You want to see people lose Section 8. So I'm not surprised that this is your.
I didn't say it. Hold on. Let's play the video.
Go ahead.
I didn't say anything.
That's trending. Go ahead. Play it.
I'm going to play my video, guys. We'll talk about Section 8 because, you know, the Democrats and Gray Mars, they don't want to talk about facts. They want to fearmonger you guys. Stop listening to the Democrats. They're crazy. They're fearmongering. They're scaring us. They're scaring the world. They just want to scare everybody. Hold on. I got it pulled up here. Guys, if you're watching, please hit the like button. Thank you for supporting. We'll be back tonight at 8 p.m. Here we go. This is my video on. Oh, wait.
You guys want to hear the.
We'll play that one next because we got to have.
Hi, guys. Breaking news. I have sad news for those of you that are sitting on Section 8. It is about to be a reality that the Trump administration is making it so any able-bodied American cannot be on Section 8 for more than 2 years. Let's break it down. So this is in the works to begin in 2026. In October 2025, when they begin doing the budget, they will be sending these orders and notices out to the state, advising them to let Section 8 recipients know that they will have 60 to 90-day notices if they are a long-term recipient to go and relocate. Now, before the fear-mongering goes crazy, let's delineate and differentiate who this would apply to. This is only able-bodied Americans, meaning if you're not on any type of...
What the hell happened to the sound?
So what is the greater impact of this? Well, studies have shown that there are about an estimated 1.4 million families that could be impacted by this. So yeah, this is a big thing rolling out. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys...
As you can see, that's the same thing you said about absentee voting. That, oh, this is for able-bodied people. That's what they say is fluff. They really mean we're going to start cutting people's benefits. That's what they mean.
No, they really mean that people need to get up off their lazy asses and go get a job and stop living off the government forever and ever.
Well, if you say so. I mean, I can tell you this. It's a lot of those rural white American people that's on this Section 8, and you go see a massive backlash from MAGA supporters who lose their Section 8, their food stamps, their Medicaid. Yeah, go look at Sarah Huckabee. She's upset that, you know, health insurance is going bad in Arkansas, and that was Trump's previous press secretary.
Stop the fear-mongering. Stop the cap.
This is Republicans saying this. This is a left-wing people. These are Republicans saying this.
Stop the cap.
Go ahead. I'll find it. Respond to your video or play one. I'll find it.
Well, I would like to talk about the voting because you guys were scaring people about the voting last night.
Yeah, put it up.
All right, guys, let me tell you, y'all about to hear people talk about this voting, the mail-in voting. Listen, if you voted for President Trump, you should not be surprised about this. President Trump made this clear. And actually, I'm going to play clips of him talking about mail-in voting. Last night, there were Trump supporters saying that they were shocked that their constitutional rights. Mail-in voting is not your constitutional right. And he's not taking away from provisional absentee ballots. And I'm going to explain in my video here the difference because I think we need to educate folks. It's our responsibility and not be putting out fear-mongering, which is what some Democrats are doing right now.
You guys want to hear the biggest joke of the summer 2025? Republican voters are mad about mail-in voting. Yo, TDS is real, and it's even gotten to minds of some people that voted for Trump. But here's the thing. Trump told us from the start, when he was campaigning last year, when he ran, he wanted to abolish mail-in ballots. So why is everyone acting so surprised now?
Here's the problem with mail-in voting. It sounds convenient, but it opens the door to delays, errors, and questions about integrity. Ballots can get lost, signatures don't always match, and results drag on for days, leaving voters doubting the process. Even Trump said back when he first ran, he wanted to abolish it. And honestly, it shouldn't be a surprise. For something as important as choosing a president, do we really want a system that feels unreliable? What do you think? Do you support mail-in voting? Were you a mail-in voter? And also, another issue that I have is all the fear-mongering surrounding mail-in voting. The truth is, we never did mail-in voting before COVID. COVID was unprecedented. At that time, it made sense to have mail-in voting. But we always had something and will always have something called absentee ballots. Let's talk about it. An absentee ballot lets a registered voter cast their vote without going to their polling place in person. Traditionally, these are voters who could not physically make it. So I read someone in the chat tonight say, oh, what about the disabled people? Well, guess what? They would count for this. This counts for military, living overseas, having an illness, being disabled, those that are traveling. But how it works is it's much more secure. A voter must usually request an absentee ballot through their state election office, often providing a valid reason. Election officials then verify voter registration eligibility. Some states require ID signatures and or a witness/notary. So it's a little bit more, but it's more verified. The ballot is mailed or sometimes email/fax overseas to the voter, and then they mail it back. The ballot must be received or postmarked by a certain deadline, though. That's the catch, too, for it to be counted. Guys, this is secure voting. I support absentee voting. We've had that for years, and I think many can say that they support it either. What we don't support is mail-in ballots. It's that simple. Nope, and for those of you that are shocked, this is what we voted for. 70+ million people, we voted for this. So get with the program. It's going to go bye-bye. I'm so sorry. And again, please watch my video so you don't listen to the fearmonger. Stop listening to the lying Democrats. They are lying. And actually, I've been like, it's not left versus right. But this particular topic, y'all just don't want to take y'all lazy asses out to go vote.
The Washington Post announced of data from 3 vote-by-mail states found the 0.0025% of a rate of possible cases of double voting or voting on behalf of deceased individuals out of approximately. So as you can see, voter fraud with mail-in voting is extremely rare. So for people to say that this is actually happening is crazy to me. It's wild to me. I mean, and we're also going to touch on the fact that the president does not have legal authority to unilaterally ban or eliminate mail-in voting. Any change to federal election procedures will require action from Congress. So the fact that this man is even saying that he's going to do stuff that he doesn't have the power to do is a waste of time, and that's fear-mongering. To put fear in people that aren't in his party saying, oh, I'm going to ban mail-in voting when he can't even do it.
Okay, so this is my thing. The beginning collapse of societies is when people fear and suspect there is voter fraud. If we're telling you we suspect that this is real and this is happening, then we don't have free or fair elections, then Americans aren't supporting it. And this is how countries collapse. I mean, it happens all over the world. And also, I have found a lot of examples, and I could name them out to you if you'd like, regarding voter fraud around the country, all over the country.
Show real statistics. Go.
Okay, I got real statistics. Hold on one second. I'm looking it up now. Voter fraud. Okay, so Bladen County, North Carolina in 2018, the State Board of Elections refused to certify results due to widespread absentee ballot fraud tied to political operative. A new election was held. Cato Parish, Louisiana in 2023 was a sheriff runoff. The results were avoided when at least 11 illegal votes were found, including duplicate votes. Cleburne County, Texas, 2018, a contested runoff was overturned. Would you like me to keep going? It doesn't matter if they're small amounts. The fact is, if people are believing that this is happening, this is how we no longer have free and fair elections, because Americans don't trust the political system anymore. I don't care if it's 10 votes, 20 votes, 30 votes. I don't care. If it's happening, we need to stop it.
Well, let me give you an answer. I'm going to let somebody else speak for me, though. I'm going to give you a good answer.
Because democracy basically means
Who is this? Is this a terrorist? What the hell is this? What are you playing?
government by the people,
What the freak is this?
of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.
Yo, I don't even know this terrorist motherfucker you're playing. What is this a joke? Are you punking me today? Like really? Like last night when I watched the show, I'm like, is this a joke? Like I feel like I'm being punked as a viewer when I was.
I mean, the fact that you are talking about 30 votes when we're talking about millions and millions and millions of votes, and I can literally put up here that is 0.00001% of all votes cast, and you're saying that that's going to destroy society. The
yes.
fact that
Would you like to see the examples? Countries where courts observed confirmed election fraud that destabilized the country: Kenya, Ukraine, Austria, Pakistan, Zimbabwe, Belarus, Russia, Honduras. This is important, guys. The foundation of democracy is free and fair elections.
You can't deal with people that just aren't smart enough. If you don't understand, you can't just say,
I'm
"Hey."
extremely smart. I have a master's degree.
I'm not talking about you specifically. Okay. What I'm saying is, this is a math equation. This is a number. This is a low number. So to say to someone, "Hey, we're going to change an entire system based on a number that's not even 1%," is insanity. That's insanity.
Doesn't matter. There's tons of stories, tons of cases. Let me keep going because clearly you don't believe it.
Economics, anybody that knows math and basic civics would say that makes no sense.
It's just unfortunate, guys, that Democrats don't believe in free and fair elections. In fact, Gavin Newsom tweeted out yesterday. You guys can look up this tweet. He said, "Oh, now that Trump's doing this, I guess Democrats won't win because they cheat. They cheat." I was on the side of let's unite. Stop saying Democrats. No, you know what? F that. Hold on. Let me pull it on. I got to just double down with y'all at this point. It is amazing to me, the craziness of where the Democrats want to go in this country. You guys don't want free and fair elections. You guys don't want democracy. In fact, you guys want dictatorship. I hope you get your dictator, Gavin Newsom, so we can have widespread unemployment across the country at this point.
That's already happening under you guys. Do you want me to show you that? I mean,
what are you talking about? You guys, I'm doubling down. Forget this. Forget the unity, guys. Exit. In fact, I want Trump to run 4 terms. So you guys will never be in control. So we don't have to worry about you guys putting crazy policies in place.
Okay. I'm gonna let you since we want proof, I'm gonna give you proof. Hold on, because I want to give straight proof. The show that
go ahead, go with your proof.
Trump said he has directed his team to fire the Commissioner of Labor Statistics just hours after the agency issued a weak July jobs report. The report showed lower job growth than forecast, adding 73,000 jobs in July, a slight uptick in the unemployment rate to 4.2%. Hiring numbers for May and June were also significantly revised down, showing that just 106,000 jobs were added in the past 3 months.
What in the fake news is this?
Growth we had in prior
Biden facts.
Around 250,000, which is a very large revision. Now, roughly half of that was due to public school teachers and probably doesn't tell us much about the underlying economy. But the other half was in private jobs. And what we see now in light of these revisions and the latest data for July is that job growth in the last few months is running at its weakest since 2020.
Just 2 days before the report's release, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell announced interest rates would remain steady.
The majority of the committee was of the view that inflation's a bit above target, maximum employment is at target.
There wasn't any impetus to cut rates to help the economy because as far as they could see, the labor market was very strong. That was based on data through June. When they made that decision, they didn't have the July data, which came out on Friday. It's quite possible that if they'd known how weak July was and how much weaker May and June were than they realized, that they might have seen a stronger case for lowering interest rates. It does look like they have a much stronger case to cut interest rates in September. This tells you that the broader economy is sort of treading water.
I don't give a damn about what
Been through
this
a lot in the
weirdo
last
has
3 or
to
4 months.
say.
We've had a imposition of widespread tariffs, kind of stop-start policy. We've had big cuts to federal government employment and spending. We've had big crackdown on illegal immigration. And these are all like big tumultuous events for the economy to cope with. And perhaps in retrospect, it's not surprising that we've seen like this pothole emerge in the economy in the second quarter. And I think the question we want to know is this just a pothole, or does it tell us that we have a very rough road for quite a while ahead of us? There are a few troubling signs in there. For example, the job creation that we had was overwhelmingly thanks to sectors like education and social services. And these tend to grow almost no matter what. They don't really tell you whether the private sector is in a hiring mood. If you look at sectors like construction and manufacturing, those ones were very weak with declining employment. The stock market only just hit a record high a few days ago. And the stock market tends to be very forward-looking. So investors, at least, are taking some comfort that the worst of the uncertainty with respect to trade is behind us. And if that's indicative of how overall private employers are feeling, maybe things are going to be okay.
What is this boring ass clip you played?
No, before you respond, we got 18 people watching on X. If you're watching right now, go to the YouTube, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to know when we go live. Go ahead. What's your response?
My response is that boring ass clip.
Yeah, of course it's boring because it's basically telling you that it looks like the jobs are going bad. And he said Wall Street looks good. So that's the one thing that we have that may be saying that, okay, we're going to get through these trade things and the tariffs won't destroy us. But when you start firing the people who are in charge of the jobs report, then that's when people start losing trust in the institutions. When you start firing people because they're telling the truth, that's when you no longer trust the government, and that's when crazy things start to happen. Like,
you mean when Joe Biden was firing people because they didn't want to go take an unregulated and unreally researched injection? Oh yeah, like that.
So
you're
absolutely
right.
I should have to go into a hospital and put myself at risk because you don't want to take a shot. Yeah, you're fired.
It wasn't just hospital jobs though. It was police, it was firefighters, it was military, our service members. But like, it wasn't just that.
You know how many shot service members get? Do you know how many shot service members get when they first sign up? You have to go. You have to go through a line and they just put shots in you.
But those are regulated and investigated for years. Like anyways, the point I'm making is for every example you give of Trump taking away your rights, I can name 5 more that Joe Biden and the Democrats did for the last 4 years prior to President Trump.
Let Biden sleep. Who's in charge? That's the problem with you Republicans. Oh, Joe Biden did this. Joe Biden is not in charge.
Trump is in charge, and thank God Trump is in charge. We don't even know who was in charge for the past 4 years. Joe Biden was not competent.
Do you have proof of that?
Yes. Great. You know we have proof of that.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said it. Keep talking because I got something perfect for you.
Well, we gotta wrap up soon. I gotta go.
Yeah, I know. But I got one thing for you.
Listen, guys, you guys can come back daily. I've decided that I'm not gonna let the Democrats off anymore. I've been sleeping, but I'm awoken and I'm about to be a MAGA warrior queen again because I'm sick of you guys. I tried to be unified. I try to have you guys back, but you know what? I got to double down now. And MAGA, we need to stand firm because I don't want Gavin Newsom to win.
Okay, so we'll do our final thoughts after this clip. And y'all remember, y'all, she brought up the health stuff. I didn't. She brought it up. So we'll play this last clip and then we'll do our final thoughts.
Donald Trump now says he's worried.
This guy is the biggest puppet.
Which, aside from being a really kind of wacky thing to hear from a president, it is sparking new health fears, making people wonder, is he talking about that because of something that's going on from the standpoint?
Let him know, Rays. Let him know. Let him know.
We're going to play the clip here in a moment. You know, Trump has spent decades. If you believe in a religious framework, which I don't think Trump does, but he claims to. Trump claims to be a Christian. If you believe in a religious framework, then he's really been accumulating sins like they are, you know, Pokemon cards or something. And now all of a sudden he's worried about getting into heaven. He's worried about negotiating peace with Ukraine and Russia, and seemingly not because it's just the right thing to do. It's because he thinks he needs help with his odds of getting into heaven. This is Trump on Fox News, straight up saying, I'm hearing I'm not doing that well on the path to heaven, and I hope that this deal maybe helps me.
Just want to end it. I want to end it. You know, we're not losing American lives. We're not losing American soldiers. We're losing Russian and Ukrainian, mostly soldiers. Some people, as missiles hit wrong spots or get lobbed into
more than some
cities like Kiev and towns. But, you know, if I can save 7,000 people a week from being killed, I think that's I want to try and get to heaven if possible. I'm hearing I'm not doing well. I hear I'm really at the bottom of the totem pole. But if I can get to heaven, this will be one of the reasons. Well, I think I saved a lot of lives with India, Pakistan. They were going at it. The planes were being shot down. That was going to be maybe a nuclear war if I let that go. And I did that through trade.
So instantly, this lit up social media with extraordinary speculation. Is Trump suddenly suffering a bout of panic about politics? Is that really what this is? Is he worried he's not accomplishing enough and the reference to getting into heaven is a euphemism? Or does Donald Trump know something about his health that isn't being made public? The answer to that question is almost certainly, but is it something serious? And remember that this is the same Donald Trump that we've seen with the swollen ankles, with the bruises on his hands, and subsequently with increasingly large makeup patches on his hands to very obviously cover up the bruises. The White House ultimately was sort of given no choice but to come clean with some information. They said, oh, he's got a completely benign chronic venous insufficiency, and that is completely it. But all of a sudden, you know, Trump walking unsteadily. We saw him during the red carpet walk with Vladimir Putin, unable to walk a straight line, sort of swerving far to the left and far to the right. And he's got the afterlife anxiety all of a sudden. So this is a track record.
Thank you. We agree on something, Ben. He's boring.
Trump's life, if you believe in this stuff, doesn't exactly scream heaven bound. I don't know that Trump has a ticket that's been punched exactly. If the framework you subscribe to and you believe in is one where heaven exists.
Thank you. Thank you, all my MAGA in the chat. You're right. The hypocrisy of it.
So we got a Christian Republican conservative here who loves Donald Trump, who said he doesn't know if he's going to get into heaven. He's trying to get into heaven, and that he's possibly having health issues. So he's saying this. So, I mean, what's your response? You're talking about Biden's health. What's your response to what Trump says? Even Alex Jones is saying that this is bad. I mean, Trump has 3 more years to go. We're already talking about his health.
I think that Trump has been very transparent. He said he had an issue with his veins. You guys were concerned about the swelling. As somebody that has a somewhat healthcare degree, I'm not necessarily a nurse, but I do have a healthcare degree. That is a valid diagnosis that he has. He's 70-something years old. Obviously, we know he's not 100% in shape, but he's a lot better than Joe Biden. I can tell you he doesn't have any cognitive declines. The man worked the other night until 3 a.m. to prevent World War III from happening. What more do you want? And he stopped 5 conflicts over his 2 terms. When are you guys going to appreciate him? And Ray said, you're talking about his health because you're running out of things to attack him on. Facts. So nevertheless, guys, we will be back here tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are going to be talking about the latest controversy that the Democrats are judging on about Trump removing slavery potentially from the Smithsonian. We'll break down why he should be or shouldn't be doing it. We'll all give valid takes. Also, we'll be talking about a story that the media is not telling you about. AI data centers. It's coming to a city near you. The largest one right now is in Memphis, Tennessee. There's lots to be said. You guys definitely need to know about it. We need to break that down and we need to stop it and make sure we use our votes to stop it. Also, are we invading Venezuela? Okay. That is a big thing we need to know about. And lastly, Megyn Kelly and had MTG on. We're going to talk about it. Is she now becoming part of the woke right?
Here's my final thoughts. I'm going to let somebody else speak for me. It's only 44 seconds.
Oh, Lord. Another boring clip. Oh, my boy, Alex Jones. Let's go.
Okay, then let it play. Let it play. It's a road of fun.
What happened?
I'm saying if he doesn't take his foot off the gas pedal. I guarantee you, and I've got stamina, way better than most people. If I had Trump's job at 51 for a month, I would have a nervous breakdown. So this isn't a criticism of Trump, but it'd be like taking an ultra marathon runner and saying, okay, you can run 100 miles in 2 days. Well, how about 300 in 2 days? You can't do it.
3 more years, folks. 3 more years. Oh, we haven't even finished the first year, so we'll see.
Guys, you're living under the best president ever. We're in the golden era. I can't wait until this time next year so we can be celebrating all the wins. Thank you, President Trump. You have lowered gas prices. Thank you, President Trump. You have lowered egg prices. And at this point, guys, I'm doubling down. I'm wearing my MAGA hat every day and every night because somebody has to praise President Trump on this channel. We're not going to become a woke left channel. Wokeism is when you go broke, and I refuse to have my business go broke because of the woke.
Woke be smart, guys. Woke be smart.
All right. Always vote. Come back tonight at 8. Bye.
Always vote.